but we know there will be Lindsay Rose captaining the team. And in midfield, the much experienced Kevin Bru, another Paris-born player, currently without a club. He will be trying to perhaps impress someone in the football pyramid to give him a contract for the rest of this season. A camera pitch side there showing you there is movement in the tunnel area. And we're expecting the crowd to get to their feet to welcome the players as they emerge from that tunnel any moment soon. So this Koto National Sports Complex, just to give you a bit of background about where these people are and where this match is coming from, built to the tune of $105 million to create an international standard complex for both football and athletics for Mauritius. And the funding to make that happen came, of course, from the national Mauritian government, but Saudi Arabia played a part too, with a loan that was put in the hands of the Mauritius government of some $19 million, and China providing a grant of $40 million in order to create what is a really impressive location on a beautiful day to watch the beautiful game. Some 8,000 spectators are expected to pack this stadium, a sellout crowd, and one can sense the expectation, the hubbub that this mass of people is making. By international soccer standards, of course, 8,000 isn't a massive crowd, but nonetheless, these people expecting a show and hoping for it. There we see Brian Mbeumo, the Manchester United striker. His transfer taking him from Brentford to United, some £70 million or so. The season so far with United hasn't been as he would have hoped. United, of course, misfiring on many levels in the English Premier League, but nonetheless, this could be a chance for him to change focus and perhaps get into his stride. We understand he'll be starting the match on the bench. Mauritius have won just one game so far in the qualifiers, and that was the first qualifying game that they've won since 2003. If they could build on that today with the right result, 8,000 people will be sent home happy, and of course there'll be many, many natives of Mauritius smiling both at home and abroad. The diaspora across the world, of course, very much watching what goes on in this all-important game. The noise starting to build. We can see a few of the famous vuvuzelas in the crowd there. That's the honking noise that you can hear. The vuvuzela, of course, coming to prominence during the 2010 World Cup in South Africa, and I was there, and I can tell you, being in a stadium with the vuvuzela going off, it really does some damage to your ears, I must admit. Leaving the stadium during that tournament with a bit of a ring in the ears was one of the downsides, I suppose, but you can't fault people's enthusiasm, can you? And obviously, football is the kind of game that engenders the noisy nature of us all, and makes us shout and scream for our team to do well. So the people of Mauritius very much grasping that one by the neck and make a big, big sound. With the national flags, of course, we've seen many football jerseys within the stadium. I've seen a couple of Manchester United ones. Evidence, of course, of the worldwide appeal of what is arguably one of the biggest football clubs in the world. I wonder what Manchester City fans would say to that. Or Liverpool fans come to that. Not to mention Real Madrid, Barcelona, and any others, of course. Paris Saint-Germain could fall into that category too now, of course, as European champions. There are 2 game days left before qualification is signed and sealed. There will be a record number of African teams qualifying for this 2026 World Cup. 9 African teams qualifying directly. A further team will go into the FIFA playoff tournament. Qualification scheduled to be done and dusted by the end of November. The noise is rising here in Saint-Pierre, Mauritius, as the teams are led out by the match officials, who are all from Ethiopia. The man in the middle will be Tedros Metiku. And here we have the 2 team captains leading out their squads. On the left-hand side, as we look at this, you see in white Cameroon, led out by Andre Onana. There he is, number 23, currently the goalkeeper of Trabzonspor, who we joined in close season from Manchester United. And on the left-hand side now, as we look at it, all in red, Lindsay Rose, captain of Mauritius, his team lining up. This is the scene then for this Group D clash in the FIFA World Cup 2026 Africa qualifiers. Mauritius in those red shirts. Cameroon all in white. National anthem of Cameroon. You could hear a very noisy contingent there belting out the song, full of national pride. Now let's listen to the national anthem of Mauritius. Fine reception there for the national anthem of Mauritius. This crowd really expecting quite a game ahead. As we go through the handshakes, it's worth considering there is a world of difference between some of these players before kick-off. But of course, once that whistle goes, it becomes 11 against 11. Yes, Cameroon does have in its ranks players of great experience and great talent. But Mauritius, of course, playing for their reputations, and perhaps the day when reputations are made. Kevin Brew, number 10. Lindsay Rose, number 4. The standout players so far. But who knows what will happen in the next 90 minutes? Who will emerge perhaps as the next great hope of Mauritius soccer? Tedros Metiku with his team, all from Ethiopia. Stadium announcer now going through the Mauritius team. Dates. A very rough, ready and difficult opponent for any defence to cope with. It is a beautiful setting. The pitch is a 4G mixture. An element of artificial turf, as you can possibly see, which will make for a very smooth playing surface, of course, and a chance for these players to show the world what they can do. The referee, Mr. Mitiku, making his final checks. The teams lined up. It's Mauritius in red who get this Group D FIFA 2026 World Cup Africa qualifier underway. A long ball forward, and there's the first touch for Andre Onana in the Cameroon goal. The Trabzonspor goalkeeper, ball in hand, looking now for options. Onana bringing the ball out, getting some stick from this 8,000 capacity crowd at the National Complex here in Saint-Pierre. Just to give you the lay of the land, where our cameras are based is where the crowd is all gathered. Around you don't see any people watching, apart from one or two who may be fetching balls as they go out of play. So that's why you're seeing it around the stadium. No people, but the noise is coming from where we've got our cameras. Let's get back to the action. It's a throw-in for Cameroon. Taking the ball back, taking their time, feeling their way into this match. Ngandu playing the ball back inside, taking it nice and easy. That's Tolo. Ball out to the left-hand side. There's movement up front. The Cameroon can tend to make Mauritius move around, trying to draw them out of their shell. They're very compact and very deep. And the ball taken very nicely by Chiotti. He's landed awkwardly, though. Long ball forward. The referee, Mr. Mitiku, calling on the Mauritius medical staff to take a look. Let's take a look at what happened then. The long ball forward, chipped by Ngandu. We saw there Chiotti collecting, but landing in a very awkward way. So not the ideal start for the goalkeeper of Mauritius, Dorian Chiotti. But you can sense there that the magic potions and lotions have done their trick. And Chiotti back to his feet for a simmering round of applause from the 8,000 spectators packed into this national stadium. That's the Mauritius coach, Guillaume Moulek. To transmit some tactical words. And the play is underway once again. Long clearance from the Mauritius goalkeeper. Nice feet. Good to see the confidence there in the Mauritius squad. It's Latouche. Looking for options. And the ball from Aristide going loose, of course. Cameroon, as ever, tidying up, playing the ball with confidence. This is Onana. And Mauritius pressing and keeping up the pressure here. Forcing that error from Jackson Chachua of Wolverhampton. Ballsman forced to go right back to his byline and clear towards this throw-in scenario then for Mauritius. Rosario Latouche. What can he produce here? He's shaping up for a long throw. Latouche launches it into the penalty area. And the whistle's gone. Cameroon were back in large numbers. And the Ethiopian referee, Tedros Mitiku, spotting the infringement. We're underway again. Cameroon playing the ball laterally across the back of their team. The defense basically saying to Mauritius, come and get it. Exchange of passes between Ngando and Ngida. And the large clearance goes back to Andre Onana. And the Mauritius crowd not appreciating his little sorties out of his penalty area with the ball, playing more like a sweeper at this present moment in time. I think perhaps they're viewing that as a little bit of disdain towards the talents in their squad. Referee Mitiku having a word with the Mauritius player Jeremy Villeneuve. Free kick conceded. You can see him very clearly grabbing the arm of the Dynamo Moscow forward Nicolas Ngamalu. He, of course, like so many of the Cameroon squad, playing in the top leagues in Europe. Cameroon with the free kick. It's launched in. First attempt on goal there from Cameroon. It was rather a tame affair, and Chiotti, who we saw injured a few moments ago, had it covered. It's currently 0-0 here in Saint-Pierre, and there we have the latest from the Cape Verde goal. Libya leading Cape Verde by a 1-0. Now that is a potential upset, and this will be a boost for the Cameroon players, who know that if they can get the right result here, it really puts pressure on Cape Verde, who are leading Group D. So that, of course, is an extra boost for Cameroon. They're currently 4 points behind Cape Verde with this game and another game to go. So if that remains as it is, Libya, they, of course, on 14 points would fancy their chances, perhaps, of making it up into at least a playoff spot. So Libya, of course, have it all to play for. And we'll keep you up to date with all developments on that match as it goes through. Let's get back to what's happening here in Saint-Pierre, Mauritius. Mauritius marauding forward. And it's been brought to a halt. Referee Mitiku blowing his whistle for a free kick to the home side. Bit of pushing and shoving going on there. And it's Mamadou Ngida of Rennes in France who is penalised. Mauritius there with 4 players surrounding the Cameroon goalkeeper Onana. All of them theoretically in offside positions right now. There's the main grouping of Cameroon defenders on the edge of the penalty area. This is a strange setup. Mauritius players coming back on side now, creating a diversion. The ball comes in. Oh, how close was that? It was Yannick Aristide who almost got his head onto that. Let's take a look at the Group D table to give you a sense of what this means after this replay of the free kick. As it came in, it was, as we saw there, Emmanuel Vincent who almost got his head onto that one. So not quite a proper chance, but a chance near enough. This is the Group D table as we can show it right now. Cape Verde, Libya, Cameroon. If Libya hold on to that lead against Cape Verde, they go second. If it remains, of course, Mauritius 0, Cameroon 0. So this is the exact situation in Group D. The Cameroon players will know that they have to make a big effort now because their place in second is threatened by Libya. And of course they can capitalise on a loss if it remains that way for Libya versus Cape Verde to perhaps push themselves into a favourable place to go on to the next game and perhaps snatch that all-important qualifying spot at the top of Group D. It is all to play for. Rosario Latouche with a second long throw-in attempt from the same position as just a few moments ago. Cameroon packing the defence. The ball comes in, long throw, headed on and cleared again. We have an infringement spotted by the eagle-eyed Tedros Mitiku and his team. And the ball will find its way into the arms of Andre Onana, who will relaunch play in a second. Let's take a look, see what happened there. From my position, I couldn't see what the issue was there, but clearly Mr. Mitiku of Ethiopia had a far better view of things, and we're now underway again. Mauritius back in possession. They're really making a game of this, aren't they? If Cameroon came here thinking this was going to be an easy afternoon, well, the Mauritius squad are here to disabuse them of that point of view. And they're building up from the back. Kevin Brew looking to his left. This is Latouche. Plays the ball forward. Receives it again. This is very neat stuff from Mauritius. The referee waving play on. He saw an infringement, but Mauritius still in possession and keeping it very neatly. This is Brew once again, the captain. Excuse me, it's Lindsay Rose, the captain. 1,000 apologies to you all. So referee Mitiku there speaking with the aforementioned Kevin Brew, number 10. We're back underway again. Dorian Giotti, goalkeeper of Mauritius, launches that ball forward with his right foot. Intercepted. Cameroon back in possession in midfield, and a long ball out to that left-hand side again where there is space. Cameroon swarming forward now. What can we make of this one? The ball's going to come in. Oh, and it's Giotti again. Important he cut that one out, and he did. Choupo-Moting. Tricky player indeed. Once upon a time of Paris Saint-Germain. Very astute, low cross he put in there. Giotti had to be aware of that and had to hold it too. So 0-0 it remains. Mauritius building from the back. That was a loose ball picked up by Cameroon. Sprinting ahead. And great work by the Mauritius defence there. Dylan Collard with the cool head in the red shirt, breaking down that Cameroon attack. Cameroon trying to build, but Mauritius giving them no time on the ball. They are determined to stamp their authority on this match in front of their home crowd. A chance to show that they can do what perhaps people doubt they are capable of. Choupo-Moting once again, he's in. Giotti, the goalkeeper, equal to that. A very brave interception he had to make there. And this is nice stuff from Mauritius, building up from the back. We can play football too, they're saying, and they're playing it well. On a rather robust and unfair challenge in the end. But that was a very interesting break, wasn't it? Yannick Aristide with the foul on Baleba Noum. No doubt about that, but it was nice to see that transition of play, wasn't it? The speed with which Mauritius turned defence into attack. Interesting stuff here in Saint-Pierre. That's the Cameroon coach, Marc Brice, Belgian. One wonders if his game plan is being applied the way he wants it. Here we go down the right-hand side. Cameroon on the break. The cross comes in. And goalkeeper Dorian Giotti so far has not put a foot wrong. safe hands, well reading of the game. Again, that right peg, hoofing the ball forward. Cameroon player is poleaxed, but he gets back up again. Mahamadou Ngida plays his football at the club of Rennes, of course, in the French Ligue 1. Ligue 1, to give it a French twang. Cameroon launching forward. Lack of understanding means Mauritius have the chance to tidy up. They've got a very packed defence, as you can see. 6 players in that defensive zone. The team set up almost like a 1960s Italian team, in the sense of building from the back. But in terms of the difference in quality between these two sides, it's possibly the most sensible thing for Mauritius to do. And here's Mauritius now on a break. Oh, Cameroon able to cut that out. But still perhaps struggling to get the ball away. Nonetheless, it is Ngandu. Here, looking forward, he's looking backwards. Sorry, it's Tolo. Tolo's cool head. Fancy footwork at getting Cameroon out of a problem there. And the abdominal lines now building up that left-hand side. Mauritius back in numbers. The ball is overrun. It goes out for a goal kick to the home side. Disappointment there for Georgia. Nkudu. He knows that he could do better. Goal kick to Mauritius. Dorian Chiotti. In spite of that injury in the opening moments, has made a full recovery, and he's made some timely interceptions and blocks for his team. Keeping the scoreline here at Mauritius 0, Cameroon 0. Cameroon breaking forward down this right-hand side. The ball appears to be overhit. However, no cause is a lost cause until, of course, it is. Baleba Noum with that very beautifully struck left-footed sliced pass, which gained a little bit too much pace on this artificial surface. Guillaume Moulek looking at his watch. I wonders if he had a plan for the opening 15 minutes, and now with 0-0, perhaps he'll be able to put a player into midfield to try to establish a bridgehead there, to create an attacking platform for his players. We're seeing some good footwork, some good football intelligence as well. And while Cameroon on paper has a far superior team, the showing so far shows two teams very much equal in this context of this Group D qualifying game for the FIFA 2026 World Cup. Just to remind you, of course, 9 African teams will qualify directly from these group stages. Then there'll be another place up for grabs in a FIFA playoff tournament. Great ball out to that left-hand side. And Nkudu's out there on the ball. Moves it neatly inside. Cameroon trying to create a new angle. The ball slotted forward by Noum. Across it comes. It's too deep in terms of trying to find a Cameroon attacker. And it goes out for a throw-in to Mauritius. Ngida disappointed, no doubt, with his delivery there. Chant of Allez Maurice, Allez Maurice. Go Mauritius from the 8,000 crowd here at the Côte d'Or complex in Saint-Pierre. Mauritius looking to build, that's Brou. Brou trying to direct play the veteran 36-year-old Mauritius midfielder, currently without a club. Fans of English soccer perhaps will remember he played for Ipswich Town back in the day. Once again, Cameroon attack down this right-hand side. The ball is touched inside, but it spins off this artificial surface and goes out for... Well, the Mauritius players thought it was a goal kick, but the referee, there he is, Tedros Mitiku, he's decided differently. He's awarded a corner to Cameroon. So it's action stations in the Mauritius defence. Nicolas Ngelemu now with the ball at his feet at that corner flag. Movement towards the ball. Mauritius, of course, with a packed goal area, as you can see, lots of red shirts. Played short. Angle to the edge of the box. The shot will come in. Hard, low. Trajectory all wrong, sadly, for Cameroon. And it goes wide for, this time, a Mauritius goal kick. Mahamadou Ngida with that effort. Takes possession there, unmarked. Clean shot. And just the outrushing Darel Arti, perhaps, put him off his stroke enough to make him skew that ball wide. Dorian Chiotti on the right-hand side of his goal area, looks forward. Pings it into the Cameroon half, where it meets a Cameroon defensive head and is punted forward once more. Referee's whistle goes. Wilson Mutu was the Mauritius player who was judged to have been fouled. Kevin Brew is being told to take the ball back a little bit further towards that halfway line. Brew very much the midfield inspiration for Mauritius. Let's see what he can come up with this kick. Brew, right-footed, launches it into that penalty area. And once again, it's Emmanuel Vincent who gets good height, but doesn't get his head to that ball. And one suspects it's only a matter of time before ball and head connect. And perhaps that could be trouble for Andre Onana in the Cameroon goal. We wait and see. Meanwhile, Cameroon building from the back as ever. Reminder of the scoreline there. Mauritius 0, Cameroon 0, Group D, FIFA World Cup 2026 Africa qualifier. This is Group D. Cameroon are second in Group D. Mauritius second from bottom. Playing for pride, perhaps you can say that, but Mauritius so far have looked every inch the equal of Cameroon. Have I spoken too soon? Cameroon now attacking down this left-hand side. They've got 4 players in the penalty area. The ball comes across, unmarked, and there's goalkeeper Giotto. Had to be really equal to that one, and great stop from him. But a reminder there of the quality that there is in this Cameroon team, and they're back in possession. Jeremy Villeneuve of Mauritius getting the ball under his feet. Let's take this once again there for you. The cross comes in at the back of the area there. It is the number 2, Jackson Chachua of Wolves, who is unmarked. And his shot come cross, cut out by Dorian Chiotti in the Mauritius goal. Ngida. This is Tolo. Short ball. Tolo receives it again. Looks to Ngida. Then turns to his left. Chachu is there. Comes back inside. And foul is given against Mauritius. Baleba Noom goes down holding his back. It's Brew who is in with the rather enthusiastic challenge for Mauritius. Cameroon played short. Building up that left-hand side once again. Trying to get the Mauritius side to commit and come out of their defensive shell. Cameroon trying to up the pace there. Ball in towards the centre forward area, but then pushed back by Mauritius. This is Cameroon coming down the right-hand side. Interesting play. It's a lovely cross. The header, and it goes wide. But that was a lovely move there from Cameroon. We saw how they moved that ball around. Carl Ete-Enyong with the header. This is great play down the right-hand side. Take a look again. Nice interchange. The cross comes in from Chachua, and Ete-Enyong gets his head to the ball. He will be disappointed not to have made a better job of that very clear chance. So perhaps a let-off for Mauritius as we tick along towards the 25-minute stage. Goalkeeper Ciotti clears his lines. But back come Cameroon, building through midfield. Mauritius back in numbers as Cameroon come forward. It's a pause to try to lure Mauritius out of that defensive shell once again. Cameroon taking a very patient approach. Again down this left-hand side, going into that inside forward channel, but the ball's cut out. Away come Mauritius now. Once again, Villeneuve is caught with the ball under his feet, slightly off balance. It's judged that he was fouled. Referee Metiku on the spot with the whistle. There's Latouche. Collard. And this is Vincent coming forward. This is Brou. Nice ball inside. Playing to feet, keeping it cool. This is nice. And that was it looked like a loose pass, but it managed to evade the Cameroon defender. Caliste was looking there to play in Ate on that right-hand side. But sadly, the ball just eluding the right winger. This is Mahamadou Ngida of Cameroon. Ball goes forward into midfield, nodded on. And the foul given there against Mauritius. Challenge on the big man, Carl Ete-Enyong. We see him there being flattened. Going down in a heap there, but here come Cameroon once again. Ete-Enyong up and recovered. There he is on the ball, gets in the shot, it's blocked. And Mauritius here making a bit of a hash of trying to get that clear. And the ball's gone back to Cameroon, and forward again they come. This is dangerous now. The cross comes in. And the shot high and wide, but that was a lucky escape for Mauritius in many ways because the quality of the cross was good. Sadly, not read by any of the Cameroon attackers. And as the ball went out, incoming from midfield, another Cameroon player with no pressure, who perhaps will feel he should have done better with that shot, which did not in any way test the Mauritius goalkeeper, Dorian Ciotti. So Dylan Collard is complaining to the linesman that he was in some way illegally shoved by a Cameroon player. Referee Tedros Metiku urging Mauritius lads to get on with the game. Ciotti places the ball once again. We're seeing a regular pattern. And Ciotti, perhaps the Mauritius player who we've mentioned the most in this match so far. Cameroon clearing. Ball cut out by Rose. But Cameroon still moving forward. The ball is crossed inside. And it eluded everybody. The referee blowing his whistle, the ball out of play there. Good effort from Cameroon's Balé Banoum to try and keep the ball in play. But again, it's interesting to see how Cameroon left or right wing making inroads against this Mauritius defence, which is tightly packed when they go into their defensive format. The same story as 2 minutes ago. It's Ciotti again on the right-hand side of his goal area. Launches the ball forward into Cameroon's half, and it's headed backwards. Pressure on Mauritius. The head comes back to Chiotti once again. Mauritius trying to bide time, hoping that in some way, shape or form they can make Cameroon feel impatient, destabilize them in some way, shape or form, force them into making some kind of an error that can give the evidently talented Mauritius players a chance to get a foot on the ball and create some scoring chances at the other end of the field. In the meantime, this is Mauritius trying to play the way out of defense. They've been caught again. And offside is the decision against Carl Etta-Enyong of Cameroon. We saw there Mauritius trying to play their way out of defense and perhaps playing their way into trouble. Cameroon bench there. They can't be happy that it's still 0-0, given that Libya is leading in their game against the leaders of the group, Cape Verde. Just to remind you, if Libya win that game and Cameroon can only draw here, then Libya go in front of Cameroon and take that second place. But of course, if Libya win and Cameroon win, well, that creates for Cameroon the chance in the next qualifying game, if the results go their way, of stealing that top spot and instant qualification for the 2026 World Cup. Cameroon bursting forward. That is a heck of a tackle, and an important tackle too that went in. And the Mauritius player is hurt. His teammates, though, are on the break, so it's play on. Ball out of play. The referee blowing his whistle. There is a player that might need some attention, we think. Mr. Matiku going to take a look. And he is not happy. Goalkeeper Chiotti showing his appreciation. Let's see this tackle coming up. The ball is played too long, and you would see that the way that number 6 Mutu goes in for this challenge. He's putting his knee in a vulnerable position there. Let's hope it's not a serious injury that he sustained. He's still down. It's fair to say there was no malicious intent from the Cameroon player going forward. In his losing control of the ball and his dribble, it created the chance for Wilson Mutu to put in that challenge. And there's a conversation going on there between that Cameroon player and the captain of Mauritius, that Lindsay Rose. The break for the treatment of Mutu's knee. There was some words being exchanged there between Daryl Arthi and the bench. Anxious moments there for the Cameroon bench. They'll be wondering what's going on in the Libya-Cape Verde game. And there we can show you, look at that, just as we were talking about it. Libya 1, Cape Verde 1, an equaliser there for the group leaders of this Group D. So that's Libya 1, Cape Verde 1. Andre Onana there trying to cook something up with his key forward, Carl Etta-Enyong. Etta-Enyong plays his team football with Levante in La Liga in Spain. Young player, not yet caught the eye in this game, but one or two flashes showing his clear potential. In the meantime, there's a man that these Mauritius soccer fans want to see. The bald head of Brian Emyong, Mbueno of Manchester United. Subject of a very large transfer from Brentford in the summer, some £70 million plus. Manchester United not firing on all cylinders by any stretch of the imagination, with Ruben Amorim having various problems in trying to get his style of play imposed upon his squad. But there's no doubting the talent of a player like Brian Mbeumo, who certainly when he played for Brentford was very much a leading light. Play gets underway once again then. This is Mahamadou Ngida with the throw-in, plays it inside. Ngandu. 0-0 here in Saint-Pierre, Mauritius. Cameroon, the visitors, in their white kit. On the ball on this left-hand side. The Mauritius players snapping at this ball. That was Darrell Arti who was in with the challenge. Cameroon now come to the right-hand side. Jackson Chachua looks inside once again. Noom. Long ball forward. Nicely controlled. This is Chachua. He goes inside. Pressure from Mauritius, forcing Cameroon back. Ngandu. Over to Tolo. Ngandu again. Looks right. This is Ngamale. That's Avom. Cameroon being patient in this build-up. Mauritius chasing down everything they can. As the action stations were called there in the Mauritius defence, the ball is cleared. It was Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting who came inside the corner. Taken, it comes across again. Choupo-Moting with that attempted back flick. That goes wide for a Mauritius goal kick. Substitution has been made. The number 6, Wilson Mutu, injured his knee in that challenge. Off he goes. He is replaced by the number 2, Jordan Francois. So Jordan Francois coming on for Wilson Mutu. And Mauritius swarming forward here. 2 in the box, 5 in midfield. Cameroon back as a unit. And Andre Anana safely gathers the Trabzonspor goalkeeper, having left Manchester United in the summer. Let's take a look at Group D as we have it. Cape Verde there, we see, if it stays as it is, improve their lead. Cameroon staying in second place if the scores remain as they are. So going into the final game then, if it remains like that, Cameroon will be really hoping for all manner of results to go their way in order to close the gap. Best hope probably is being one of the better qualifiers and getting into that playoff tournament. But there is a very real possibility that one of the famous African names of world soccer won't qualify for the World Cup 2026. And that's the last I'll say about that until the end of this match. Here come Cameroon, spreading the ball to this right-hand side where they have had a lot of joy so far. Miscontrol, Mauritius back in possession. And trying to build out from defence, but creating their own confusion. That's Latouche, plays the ball backwards. Villeneuve. Looking to build out very, very calmly, and they are finding feet. This is nice to see. Latouche going forward, keeping possession. Very neat player. That's Bru. Vincent. And Mauritius trying to spread the play and making a very good job of it too. Francois Lissot there getting his first touch. This is Rose, the captain, diagonal ball. Lovely play. Picks out Bru on the left-hand side. This is Mauritius swarming forward. The crowd are loving this. And Cameroon equal, calm, cool, collected. The foul given away. And Cameroon can call time on that Mauritius attack. But that was lovely play, wasn't it? Much appreciated by the 8,000 fans here at the stadium in Saint-Pierre, Mauritius. Cameroon once again going for their slow, quick, slow build-up. Error in footwork there by the striker Carl Eta-Enyong. Gives possession back to Mauritius, and in turn a foul gives the free kick to Cameroon. Apologies there from Emmanuel Vincent. For that foul on Arthur Avant. Is Ngandu. Diagonal ball to that left-hand side, trying to pick out once again Michael Ngandu. Looking for his teammate Nkundu on that left-hand side. There he is, Georges Nkundu. Very busy down that left-hand side. Plies his trade in the Saudi Pro League with Al Diraya. This is Dorian Chutty once more, who we've seen a number of times clearing his lines. Plays his football in France with Blois in the National League. But he will have impressed a number of people so far with his performance. 27 years old, relatively young still for a goalkeeper. So who knows what might happen if the right people are watching this game. Blois, of course, in the National 2 League Group B. Mauritius really putting the pressure on in midfield, snapping away, not letting Cameroon settle on any ball. But Cameroon are full of wily characters. That was Jackson Chachua playing his way out of trouble. Nice ball into that inside left channel. Unable to find the on-running Cameroon player. And the long clearance from captain. Fantastic of Mauritius, Lindsay Rose. Goes out for a throw-in to Cameroon. But underway again, 0-0 is the scoreline as we tick away towards the half-time of this game in Group D in the FIFA 2026 World Cup qualifiers, the African groups. This is Group D. Cape Verde at top, Cameroon a second. Cameroon need a win, and they need a win, preferably with lots of goals, because it could come to goal difference. Here comes the ball, crossed in. It eludes the Cameroon attackers, and we've gone out now for a throw-in to Cameroon. Villeneuve, the last man to touch it, the Mauritius number 7. Chachua throws the ball inside in the penalty area. Ball not cleared. Cameroon still putting the pressure on. Nice control. Nice to see that confidence. Good footwork. The back heel. Arrogance almost from Mauritius. And a foul conceded. Referee Tedros Matiku on the spot. He penalises Babaleba Noom for this challenge on the Mauritius number 10. The veteran, 36-year-old Kevin Brou. Kevin, a French, French first name. My sources tell me it owes much to the rise of Kevin Costner, the Hollywood actor, as a famous person. And it's pronounced Kevin, not Kevin, as you might think it might be. There we go. For the petite histoire, or the small story, as French people say. Cameroon building from the back. Solid block of 4, going into 3 as they move forward. And sometimes 2, as we see now. Long ball to the right-hand side, where there's been plenty of room for the likes of Jackson Chachua. On the ball now, going inside, going back, trying to create that. It was very clear that his teammate was offside. Quite why he made that run there, I don't know. And quite why Chachua played that pass, I don't know either. All I can say is that it's easy as a commentator to see these things. And when you're in the rush of the game, sometimes you don't quite see the right decision. So 0-0 here as we go towards half-time. Cameroon need a win to try to press forward their possibility of qualification. At present, Cape Verde is top of this Group D, and we can tell you there, news coming from the game. Libya, Cape Verde, it is now 2-1 to Libya. If the scores stay like this, Libya will then go second in the group. So Cameroon, more than ever now, need to really push on and get some goals on the board. Mauritius, of course, keen to impress their fans and impress the world watching by perhaps upsetting the form book. And then this first half, the players of Mauritius in their all-red strip have been very much the equal of the Cameroon side in their all-white away kit. Lack of clear chances from both sides. And one might think as the game progresses, Cameroon may well exploit some errors that could perhaps creep in to the Mauritius play. 4 minutes added time in this first half. Cameroon making mistakes. Mauritius tidying up and trying to keep possession. In turn, losing possession. This is Group D as it stands. Libya will be second if it stays like this, with Libya leading 2-1 against Cape Verde. Here, of course, in Saint-Pierre, Mauritius, it is Mauritius 0, Cameroon 0. We're in added time in this first half. Change of side there for Cameroon, trying to get some more joy now this right-hand side. Pressing forward. Choupo-Moting on the ball, plays it inside. He's still available on the right. His cross comes in, hard and low, it's cleared. Brew can't control it. Cameroon back in possession, Ngandu. 3 Cameroon players on that left-hand side grouped. George Nkudu goes out towards the touchline. And the mistake gives Mauritius a chance to surge forward. Surge forward, that is what they are doing. Aristide on the ball, he's lost it. Tidied away by Noum. This is Onana, the illustrious goalkeeper. Foot on the ball, plays it very calmly. And Cameroon once again building through the midfield. Chachua. One to chase. And the ball stewarded out of play very calmly by Gabriel Caliste. The chant of Allez Maurice, go Mauritius can be heard now from the 8,000 crowd at this national stadium. Long clearance by Ciotti. The Mauritius goalkeeper has had a very good game so far. And his teammates are doing well too. This is great pressure. Onana needs to clear. He's a very cool customer. No panic on Andre Onana's face. But you can see there Mauritius, given the slightest chance, are ready to exploit and head forward. And it was Jeremy Villeneuve, the very busy, bustling number 7, who was bearing down on Onana at that point. Mauritius throw gives the ball back to Cameroon. And as ever, Cameroon not allowed to settle on the ball in midfield. This is Onana now. Coming some 30 meters outside his goal to play a very short pass to his teammate Arthur Avon. George Nkudu once again showing willing for that run down the left wing, but the ball played through to him by Noum lacked quality. He was overhit somewhat, and out it goes for another goal kick to Mauritius. Goalkeeper Dorian Ciotti winding up his right foot. And before he can take it, the whistle is blown by referee Tedros Mitiku to bring this first half to a close here at the National Stadium, the Côte d'Or National Complex in Saint-Pierre-Maurice. The scoreline here in Mauritius is Mauritius 0, Cameroon 0.
But that is the half-time whistle, and it's Libya currently spoiling the party for Cape Verde. 2-1 up at the halfway point. Took the lead inside a minute through Roberto Lopez's own goal. Telmo Akanjo leveled things up on the half-hour mark, but Ezu El Maremi
Desde la noche vuelven las voces. Las sombras susurran nombres perdidos, pero el fuego aún respira. Entre ecos y ruinas, dejando su marca en la piel del destino. El viento murmura su nombre en el humo, la oscuridad no olvida su camino. Ra ilumina los cielos con su mirada ardiente. Demon vigila los controles del frente. Chesira sostiene el pulso del trueno. El Irrolita viaja llevando el fuego eterno. Y Anubis levanta la voz del abismo, forjando el mensaje del nuevo hechizo. Entre sombras seguimos. Se apaga. Los caídos nos miran desde el polvo, desde el alma. Nueva era, nueva tormenta, el rugido del trueno nos alimenta. No hay cadenas que frenen la fe, ni silencio que logre vencer. Entre sombras seguimos. La noche no no muere. No, Apocalipsis no muere. revoluciona.
Un silbatazo que abre el cielo. El balón rueda en un campo eterno. A Luis al frente, pasión sin igual. Demonen los controles, todo va a estallar. En el aire resuena el eco de un gol. El apocalipsis vive en cada emoción. Desde el centro al ataque no hay quien lo frene. Los hinchas rugen, el fútbol los mantiene. En el aire resuena el eco de un gol. El apocalipsis vive en cada emoción. Desde el centro al ataque no hay quien lo frene. Los hinchas rugen, el fútbol los mantiene. El fútbol, el juego es la vida. Con cada pase la pasión encendida. Anubis en la voz, llevando el momento. Demon a los mandos, viendo el tormento. En el apocalipsis el balón es rey. El fútbol, aquí todo lo haré. Minuto a minuto se siente la presión, las jugadas maestras, puro corazón. Cada equipo lucha como si fuera el fin. Apocalipsis grita, esto es para ti. Escucha la historia que el campo nos narra. Victoria y derrota, emoción que se amarra. Desde el estudio, el apocalipsis comanda. El fútbol donde el juego manda. El fútbol, el juego es la vida. Con cada pase la pasión encendida. Anubis en la voz, llevando el momento. Demon a los mandos, guiando el tormento. En el apocalipsis el valor es rey. El fútbol. Fútbol, el juego es la vida. Con cada pase la pasión encendida. Anubis en la voz, llevando el momento. Demon a los mandos, guiando el tormento. En el apocalipsis el valor es rey. El fútbol, aquí todo lo daré.
Desde la noche vuelven las voces. Las sombras susurran nombres perdidos. Pero el fuego aún respira. Entre ecos y ruinas, dejando su marca en la piel del destino. El viento murmura su nombre en el humo. La oscuridad no olvida su camino. Ra ilumina los cielos con su mirada ardiente. Demon vigila los controles del frente. Chesira sostiene el pulso del trueno. El Irrolita viaja llevando el fuego eterno. caídos nos miran desde el polvo, desde el alma. Nueva era, nueva tormenta, el rugido del trueno nos alimenta. No hay cadenas que frenen la fe, ni silencio que logre vencer. Entre sombras seguimos, la noche no se detiene, del caos renacimos, porque el apocalipsis no muere. Entre sombras seguimos, sobre cenizas y fe, el fuego eterno nos guía, el apocalipsis no muere. No, apocalipsis no muere. Solo evoluciona.
Un silbatazo que abre el cielo, el balón rueda en un campo eterno. A Luis al frente, pasión sin igual, demonen los controles, todo va a estallar. En el aire resuena el eco de un gol, el apocalipsis vive en cada emoción, desde el centro al ataque, no hay quien lo frene. Los hinchas rugen, el fútbol los mantiene. En el aire resuena el eco de un gol, el apocalipsis vive en cada emoción, desde el centro al ataque, no hay quien lo frene. Los hinchas rugen, el fútbol los mantiene. El fútbol, el juego es la vida, con cada pase la pasión encendida. Anubis en la voz, llevando el momento, demona los mandos, viendo el tormento. En el apocalipsis el balón es rey. El fútbol, aquí todo lograré. Minuto a minuto se siente la presión, las jugadas maestras, puro corazón. Cada equipo lucha como si fuera el fin. Apocalipsis grita, esto es para ti. Escucha la historia que el campo nos narra, victoria y derrota, emoción que se amarra. Desde el estudio el apocalipsis comanda, el fútbol donde el juego manda. El fútbol, el juego es la vida, con cada pase la pasión encendida. Anubis en la voz, llevando el momento, demona los mandos, guiando el tormento. En el apocalipsis el valor es rey. El fútbol. Fútbol, el juego.
Representing Mauritius, and they've had a great first half. Very few would have predicted that the scoreline would be at this stage 0-0. Mauritius have had a very solid first half. The opening 45 minutes, we've seen a great deal of resolute defending, but also some very interesting relaunches of the ball forward, and one or two attacking flashes that say that Mauritius could be capable of so much more given the chance. So we'll wait to see how this will develop. We just saw then the team in white, all white, that's the away strip of Cameroon. Cameroon, of course, 8 times qualified for the World Cup finals over the years. The team that, of course, that is known for legends such as Roger Miller, Samuel Eto'o, to name but 2. And their number 23 is the goalkeeper Andre Onana of Trabzonspor, having left Manchester United in the closed season. More was expected of Cameroon, second placed in this Group D table. Top, of course, is Cape Verde, and we know that Cape Verde are trailing by 2-1 in the other game, which is being played with Libya. So before the kickoff, it was Cape Verde, Cameroon and Libya in terms of 1, 2, 3 in the group. If the scores remain as they are and Libya get a result against Cape Verde, and collect maximum points, they will then leapfrog Cameroon and go into second place, and so further dent Cameroon's chances of qualifying for the World Cup finals of 2026. Competition, of course, in which there will be a record number of African teams qualifying direct from the groups. 9 teams will qualify directly, and 1 will go into the FIFA playoff tournament to get their place. We have a movement here on the bench, and that is, I think, the man that many of these fans will have been waiting for Cameroon to spring into action. I take it back. I thought it was Bueno of Manchester United. It is not. We will get it confirmed who that is. But we're underway now in Saint-Pierre in Mauritius at the Côte d'Or National Complex, where on this 4G artificial surface we have Cameroon in white, the visitors, attacking from right to left as we look at the screen. We have Mauritius all in red, getting this game underway for another 45 minutes, when it is hoped from the Cameroon perspective they can get some goals on the board. The ball is crossed in. It finds only a Mauritius head that goes out for a corner, cleared by Rosario Latouche. He's had a very well-composed game, Latouche, so far. And confirming there the substitution, it's Nkundu who's gone off, the number 7, who had a very lively first half. Replaced by the number 11 we saw in action. Corner coming in for Cameroon, cleared by Mauritius. The pressure still on though. In it comes again, another header, clearing it out. Cameroon really turning the screw early in the second half. They've got to get some goals on the board. And that was a loose attempted cross from Nicolas Angalemlu. Playing that on the right-hand side, the Dynamo Moscow man. So Nkundu has gone off, and Christian Bassogog, number 11, is in play now on that left-hand side. Bassogog, Christian. Cameroon trying to build in midfield, but Mauritius crowding them out. And now Mauritius on the break. That was interesting there, swift movement from Mauritius on the break. Cameroon caught napping and conceding a free kick needlessly. Yellow card there for Michael Ngadu. He picks up yellow. You can see the exasperation on his face. He and his teammates know that Cameroon need to get some goals on the board. They need to make an impact. And there we have a news of the other result, that is the other game, that is another one of the other games in Group D, excuse me. Eswatini leading Angola by 1-0. Eswatini, of course, are bottom of the table, below Mauritius. So we've been talking about how the result between Libya and Cape Verde could affect Cameroon's chances. If Eswatini pick up maximum points, Mauritius could go bottom of the table, depending on how this result goes. So there are a number of possible permutations here, which mean that both Mauritius and Cameroon really need to start playing and making some chances and trying to make this a more interesting game. Here's the table just to confirm that. So that's what will happen if it stays as it is. So Mauritius, if it stays 0-0, will keep their position there with that 1 point. However, if Cameroon kick on and manage to get a result here, that could create a situation where Eswatini leapfrog Mauritius. Many permutations, which mean that this Group D match, Mauritius versus Cameroon, currently 0-0, will probably not stay that way because both teams really could do with not really a draw, but actually getting maximum points out of this. We have a delay whilst an injured Mauritius player is being treated. It's the number 7, Jeremy Villeneuve. He appeared to take a blow to the shoulder in that attack. Certainly the challenge coming in from the Cameroon defender was lively, let's put it that way. So a bit of fancy footwork from Christian Bassagog, trying to keep himself teed up and ready to go. Players from both teams gathered around the injured man. Here we see some movement on the Mauritius side of matters. Number 15, Jackson. Jackson is being briefed by the management team, chiefly Guillaume Moulek. And Jackson, it appears, is soon to make his appearance in this fixture. Given that the injured man on the ground doesn't look like he's getting up quickly, that's Jeremy Villeneuve. I think it's fair to say that it is he who Jackson will be replacing. No sign of a stretcher being brought on. That would be the norm in most FIFA tournaments. And as we're waiting here to see what happens with the substitution, let's see if we can bring you some news from the other games going on today. And there we have it, Eswatini 2-0 in the lead now against Angola. That is an interesting development indeed, is it not? Eswatini leading Angola by 2-0. How interesting in these African qualifiers. It's very clear that Jeremy Villeneuve is in pain there. He's got an arm in a sling. He's being escorted off the pitch. And it's a very sad end to the game for this player who's had a very busy time. Doesn't have a club at the moment, but certainly he will have done his chances of getting one no harm in this match. He's now been replaced by Jackson. That's his name. On he comes, the number 15. Confirmation there, Jeremy Villeneuve. Off he goes, Jackson. It is who takes his place. So our commiserations, of course, go to Jeremy Villeneuve, but could this be the chance, though, for Jackson to make his mark for Mauritius? Let's see what happens. The ball is chipped in, it's cleared by Cameroon. But Mauritius keeping the pressure up. That was Chachua of Cameroon who did the tidying up there. And Cameroon building once again from the back, as they have been throughout this match. One wonders if at some point Cameroon will have to make some kind of attacking move, because so far in this match they have created no chances. And the only way to score goals, of course, is if you create them. Oh, nice footwork. Basagog there with the little flick and then the cross. This is interesting. Oh, a chance on goal. Oh, the disappointment etched on his face. Nicolas Ngamelo. Great footwork there from Basagog. His cross-in was perfect, nicely controlled, the great footwork, and just lacking that finish. Lovely play, lovely play. The only thing lacking, of course, was the final touch, sending that ball goalward. So once again, it is the goalkeeper of Blois in the French 4th division, Dorian Ciotti, clearing into the Cameroon half. Cameroon desperately trying to relaunch the ball forward, merely hoofing it out for a throw to Mauritius. Play on, says the referee, Mitiku. And that throw in, completely fruitless. Possession handed back to Cameroon. Mohamedou Ngida. Ball in hand, throws it forward into midfield. Cut out again, another throw to Cameroon. This is Basagog. Leaves it to Ngida. Cameroon in no rush at this stage. But at some point, if they're going to get a result, they need to get the ball up the other end of the field. Here's Andre Onana coming out of his goal once again. Getting the usual reception from the 8,000 crowd here in Saint-Pierre, Mauritius, who've booed him every time he's done that. Nice ball forward. Is this a chance for Cameroon? Surely it goes in, and there we have it. Nicely tidied away. 1-0 to Cameroon. It's Nicolas Ngamelo with the finish. Long perspective ball. It caught Mauritius on the back foot. And Ngamelo was able to get in there and make it 1-0 for Cameroon. A small but noisy contingent of Cameroon fans. Let's see that ball chipped forward. Nicely done. Basagog was in there causing chaos. And between them, Basagog and Ngamelo creating the chance. Tidied away by the Cameroon number 19. 1-0 to Cameroon. Basagog there, very wisely realizing that he was in an offside position, which is why he left the ball to his teammate. And here come Cameroon once again. Chance for two. Great save by Ciotti. The shot coming in from Choupo-Moting. And now down the other end, Mauritius playing for pride, pressing on. And the ball goes out for a goal kick to Cameroon. Daryl Ati feels hard done to. But referee Metiku resolute, and the goal kick goes to Andre Onana and Cameroon. So the change in scoreline here at Saint-Pierre and Mauritius will be noted, of course, at the game between Libya and Cape Verde. And of course, Eswatini and Angola. Nice ball into midfield, but once again, lots of pressure put on the ball receiver by Mauritius. No sooner had Basagog taken possession, he had a man really tight behind him, giving him no time to settle. Take a look there. It was Jordan Francois, who was the defender who was tight on the Cameroon player, Basagog. And here we have Kevin Brou from Mauritius looking to curl the ball in, outswinging, right-footed. There is a huddle of players on the edge of the box there. Brew with the kick. It's a long one. It's high. Can Onana collect? Yes, he can. Trabzonspor's goalkeeper, more than equal to that. He throws the ball out to his teammate, relaunching the play. So with the scoreline, Eswatini leading, Mauritius now 1 goal behind against Cameroon. You see there Mauritius will go bottom of Group D, which the news of that might of course spark a greater reaction from the players. Personal pride, professional pride, national pride will mean they don't want to end up bottom of Group D. But Cameroon, of course, now with a taste of goal, will want to press on and perhaps score some more. Looking for movement. None coming so far. That was nice through midfield, nice link play, and there's a ball slotted forward. Just too far ahead of Nicolas Ngamalu, who's on for a second. That was Babaleba Noom with the pass. Scorelines, of course, elsewhere in this Group D will be all important. And that's one that no one expected, I think, before kickoff. Libya now leading by 3-1 against Cape Verde. Now that, of course, will do Cameroon's chances of qualifying by the end of this whole process the power of good. Cape Verde top before kickoff, of course. But Mauritius know that they need to at least get a point out of this game in order to avoid going bottom of the table. Long ball forward. Aim for Basagog. And the whistle is blown. Free kick to Mauritius. Dorian Ciotti urging his players to go forward. Putting that ball right into the Cameroon defensive area for his forwards to fight over. Mauritius very quickly going into a 3, even 4-man attack when the ball goes forward. The team really moving forward as a unit and back as a unit. Just leaving Aristide up front there. Cameroon 3 in defence, looking to draw out Mauritius. Not afraid to take the ball backwards now with this 1-goal lead. We're past the hour mark. Results in the other games perhaps going their way in terms of trying to get to the top of the table. Cape Verde, of course, losing to Libya. As for Mauritius, their nearest rivals for the ignominious label of wooden spoon, the bottom of the table. Eswatini leading in their game against Angola. So both teams here looking to get as much out of this game as they possibly can. And things are starting to get very tense and very, very competitive in this midfield. Cameroon now looking to keep possession. Make Mauritius work to get back into this game. This is Basagog. He plays the ball backwards to Avon. Avon in turn picks out Andre Onana, goalkeeper. The Trabzonspor man, ball at his feet. Last season, of course, he was the goalkeeper at Old Trafford for Manchester United. Great ball. This is Basagog coming in. It's still not clear. The pressure is on. Can we get a shot on goal for Cameroon? No, we can't. And Mauritius clear it away. Clearance though gives possession back to the indomitable Lions, who are now starting to roar. What can they do here on this left-hand side? Basagog has run into an offside position. Avom's brought it back. This is Ngida. Ngida again. Avom. Ngida goes on his run, but it's too far, asking too much. And it leaves Jordan Francois to basically steward the ball out of play. Goal kick to Mauritius. What can Guillaume Moulek come up with here for his team? Mauritius could do with some kind of tactical tweak to perhaps get them back onto level terms. For much of this game, Mauritius have been very much the equal of Cameroon. But now, of course, trailing by that all-important goal. Ball given away, Mauritius back in possession. What options do they have? Back to that left-hand side. Aristide's gone into the centre forward position. Is he there? The cross lacked quality. Aristide got as far as he could. Penalty area is where he was. But the cross coming in from Latouche. Lacking the quality necessary to really put Cameroon under pressure. And Andre Onana will await the ball coming back. This is the cross coming in, as you see. They're testing the goalkeeper, not providing the attacker with the possibility of getting a strike on goal. There is time yet for Mauritius to get onto level terms. Time, of course, for Cameroon to extend their lead. And here's Basagog. Did the ball go out of play? Decision coming slightly late there from Ethiopian referee Tedros Metiku. Throw in to Mauritius. It's Jordan Francois, ball in hand, puts it forward. And Mauritius keeping possession there was the number 9, Darrell Arti, who took a knock in trying to keep possession. Nothing too serious, we think. He's now up and heading forward. Francois throws it back. The captain, Lindsay Rose, looks inside. 1-0 the scoreline here, Mauritius trailing. Cameroon lead. Ngamalu with the goal. Here's Kevin Brou. Plays it short. And the attack there from Mauritius, breaking down with a rather loose forward pass. We have a couple of players on the ground there. And here's confirmation of what's happening in one of the other games. Eswatini 2, Angola 1. That's a goal back for Angola, but importantly, from the Mauritius perspective in this game, Eswatini leading, which, if my calculations are correct, would mean if it stays like this, Mauritius would go bottom of Group D. Eswatini moving up to second from bottom. And Cameroon remain in second place, with Cape Verde still top. Libya, of course, will have done their chances the power of good. We're trying to get our calculations as to what we've got here. So here we go, the table as it stands. Eswatini. There we go. Sorry, the goal difference means that Mauritius would stay second from bottom. Eswatini then blocked in that wooden spoon position. And there we have Cape Verde, of course, even if they lose to Libya, still remaining top, which means that there'll be even more pressure on the final game in this group when that is played. That's Kevin Brou there, taking a drink from Mauritius and taking some advice from his manager, Guillaume Moulek. Hands in his pockets, the glance going downward. Perhaps he knows that his team has used all it can in terms of trying to break down Cameroon. This second half has seen quite a few stoppages for treatment to injured players, which breaks up the rhythm for both teams. But of course, when you're leading, that is less important. Andre Onana playing the ball short. Tolo playing it out to Ngida. Diagonal ball, looking for Basagog. And this is Mahamadou Ngida around on the ball, plays it backwards. Cameroon trying to bring Mauritius out again to create gaps beyond their midfield. Ngida finds a teammate free on the left, but coming through the midfield. Mauritius there packing the play and trying to force the errors, but it's Basagog for Cameroon. A chance to go forward. Ball cut out by the Mauritius defence, back in numbers. Reading what was happening, but this is Ngida again. Midfield, Cameroon coming forward. Neat exchange. Mauritius players buzzing like flies around the ball. And forcing Cameroon back towards the halfway line. Here's Ngida. Looks to Basagog, decides to come back inside. Receives the ball again, it's all short. Mauritius are really trying to pack that midfield to close down the options, and succeeding. But that's neat play. Possibility now for Cameroon. The cross comes in. Misunderstanding between the keeper and the defence. And it's Rose who clears. That was very neat play from Cameroon. And the man that the crowd has been waiting for is stripped and ready to come on for Cameroon. But let's keep the commentary going with the game as it is still in play. Mauritius coming forward. Neat interchange. Coming into the penalty area now. Looking for that option perhaps to... The ball is crossed in. And here's a chance for... Oh, it was a shot. It was right on target. And Onana really had to be at his best to stop that one. Great chance for Mauritius. Daryl Ati it was. The ball crossover now. Latouche with the cross. Headed as far as Ati. He gets a shot on goal, and Onana had to be really quick down to his left-hand side. Left-footed shot. Kept it low. Heading for that post. Quality stop there from Andre Onana. Cameroon again down this left-hand side. Ball chipped in and across diagonally. This is Basagog. Curls it in. Controlled by the very cool, collected Dylan Collard. And back to Cameroon's defensive line now on the halfway line. 6, 7 players around that area looking to build. Mauritius trying to create something. This is the man who had that attempt on goal. Ati. Possession stolen from him. Basagog has possession. There's a play down injured. And the ball is put out of play. We see here 2 substitutes getting ready to come on. Number 20 is Brian Mbeumo of Manchester United. And the number 8 is Zambo. Players leaving the pitch are Ngamalu, the goal scorer, and Noom. But there is Brian Mbeumo, transfer from Brentford to Manchester United in the close season. Transfer in excess of £70 million. Player of undoubted quality. Welcomed by his teammates. What will he inject into this game? Zambo leaves the pitch, having put in a shift. Excuse me, Zambo enters the play. Excuse me for misreading our caption. But there is Zambo taking up his position. And the two players have left are Noom and Ngamalu. So what can Brian Mbeumo bring to this match? And the ball now, the former Manchester United player, Andre Onana, having made the move from Old Trafford to Trabzonspor in Turkey in the close season. One 0 to Cameroon here in Saint-Pierre in Mauritius, 75 minutes gone. In the other games in this Group D, Libya leading Cape Verde. Eswatini leading Angola. We'll bring you all the scores as they happen. We know here, obviously, everyone watching this game because Cameroon are pressing to try and get ahead. Eswatini 2, Angola 2. That's Angola equalising in the game against Eswatini. The result of that, of course, will mean that Eswatini remain at the bottom of the table, which will be a great relief to the 8,000 crowd here in Saint-Pierre, Mauritius. Their team all in red tonight, of course, playing for national pride. All dreams of qualification have faded, of course. Second from bottom in the table at present. But that news that Angola has equalised against Eswatini will give them something to cheer about, even if here on the night against Cameroon they are trailing by 1-0. That said, we've seen from Mauritius 1 or 2 moments of real attacking potential. We had that shot on goal just moments ago, which brought the very best out of Cameroon's goalkeeper, Andre Onana. The shot by Darrell Ati. Let's see whether they can create something like that again. The ball hoisted into that penalty area. It is cleared. And Cameroon trying to work their way forward. Neat play. Ball played to feet. This is Basagog. He is in turn robbed of possession by Ati. And the ball rolls out for a throw to Cameroon. Ngida with the throw in. He finds Ngandu. Let's show you the table there. Cape Verde is still top. Cameroon will be second. Just a point difference between the two, though, if it goes like this. Libya closing the gap on Cameroon. Just a point separates third and second. You see at the bottom there, Mauritius conserving the second from bottom position. And Eswatini, in spite of a great performance tonight, still remain bottom of the table. That is, of course, if the scores remain as they are. The games are not finished. And as we know, in football, anything can happen. In the meantime, we have the riot act being read by the Ethiopian MP, Tedros Mitiku. And Cameroon's goalkeeper, Andre Onana. Ball at his feet. Excuse me, ball in his hands. Now it's at his feet. Easy as you like, lob forward, straight into the Mauritius half. But Mauritius winning the ball back, now coming on the attack. And on the attack, they're coming well down this left-hand side. 2 players in the middle. And the ball is won back very adroitly. The Cameroon defender there. very much equal to the wizardry of the Mauritius attack. And the referee blowing the whistle there for a foul on Emmanuel Vincent. Let's take a look. So it's Vincent on the ball, number 17. Ah, he's the one who committed the foul. Excuse me. His challenge judged to be not within the laws of the game, and the referee, Tedros Mitiku, putting him into his book. So that's a booking for Emmanuel Vincent. Mauritius on the attack now. Neatly brought down. Ball's loose, but still in their possession. Arti on the right-hand side. Succumbs to the challenge. It's a throw into Mauritius. Challenge coming in there from a very rough and ready Mamadou Ngida. This is Jordan Francois. Long throw from Jordan Francois. Mauritius on the attack. It's half cleared, but still in possession of the men in red. Ball hoisted forward by Kalist. And Andre Onana kicking out of his hands. Deep into the Mauritius half. This is Brian Mbeumo of Manchester United. His first touch on the ball. It's not one he'll remember because he gives the ball straight back to Mauritius. In the process of taking possession, they've lost possession, and we have a free kick to Cameroon, and we see here changes for Mauritius. Leon Joseph Adizar comes on for Daryl Arti. And I think it's Kevin Brou who will be brought off too. The 36-year-old veteran of the lineup, being replaced by Louis Rita. So let's see if Louis Rita and Leon Joseph Adizar can stamp their authority on this game. In the meantime, it is Manchester United's Brian Mbeumo in the position where he will no doubt fancy his chances of creating something. Possibility of a second goal for Cameroon coming up. Brian Mbeumo of Manchester United standing over the ball. It's Mbeumo with the kick. Chips it over, and it goes over the bar. He holds his head in his hands. He knows that his effort didn't test goalkeeper Dorian Chiotti of Mauritius. And the Manchester United man not hitting the target. The goalkeeper of Blois in the French Division 4, not at all tested by the top player from the English Premier League. Libya 3, Cape Verde 2. Is the latest on the other games in Group D. 10 minutes ago there, Libya leading the group leaders by 1 goal now. 3-2 is the scoreline. Libya, of course, hot on the heels of Cameroon for that second place. Libya currently third in the table. Cape Verde conserving their lead if things remain as they are, in spite of losing. Yellow card confirmed there for Jordan Francois. That's the substitute who's now picked up a yellow. There we go. More movement on the Cameroon bench. Choupo-Moting gone off. We'll confirm the movement for you there. And it's Namaso and Abu Bakr coming on. Abu Bakr, a very interesting striker. Maybe more goals to come. We'll see. We'll keep you across all developments as we get them, of course. And we're hearing some news on the match involving Cape Verde. Just confirming the score here for you 5 minutes ago of normal time. It is Mauritius 0, Cameroon 1. That's giving you the news from the game between Libya and Cape Verde. 3-all is the score there. Libya 3, Cape Verde 3. So that is a scoreline that, in a sense, protects Cameroon's position in second, but it reduces Cameroon's chances of taking that top place from Cape Verde by the end of qualification. Cape Verde still, of course, top of the table, regardless of whether Cameroon win, lose or draw. Having a 4-point lead over Cameroon at kickoff of this game. For those of you who don't know, of course, it is 3 points for a victory. 1 point for a draw, no points if you lose. Free kick to the men in red. Club M Mauritius there, not giving up. They're really pressing forward to show this 8,000 crowd in Saint-Pierre that they mean business, that they're worthy of the national shirt. There is no dishonor in losing to a nation of Cameroon's soccer standards. It is fair to say that in this match, Mauritius have been the equal of Cameroon for more times than they've been behind. Confirmation of how the table looks with the results as they are right now. Cape Verde keeping the lead. Cameroon will be 2 points behind going into the final game. So they'll need Cape Verde, of course, to lose and the result to go Cameroon's way in their game to get that top spot. So the odds against Cameroon at this stage for qualification automatically. Cape Verde having leveled the tie in Libya, or rather against Libya. Looking odds-on favourites to keep that top spot and that automatic qualification place for the FIFA 2026 World Cup. Cameroon building slowly. It is a quick, slow, or slow, quick motion. 2 slow passes, then they whip on into, try to speed things up, but now slickly moving through the midfield. Keeping possession at all costs here, Cameroon. Trying to play out the final stages of the game. This is Mbueno, the Manchester United man. Ejects some pace, runs on to receive. He's gone into the box. Cross about to come in. Chance here for Cameroon. And it's just evaded Bassagog on the back post. Nice move, but Cameroon still in possession. Looking to construct. Zambo out to Ngida. Bassagog, loose ball, but it's bounced nicely for Cameroon, still in possession. This is Zambo. Picks out Tolo, in turn Bassagog. No movement in the penalty area at all for Cameroon. And Mbueno is wide on the right, trying to create another option to spread the play. But no one is creating an attacking point for Cameroon, who appear to be just content to keep possession right now. Interesting shift forward, there's nobody in the middle. The centre was perhaps the right idea, but there was nobody there to receive it. And the clearance by Mauritius had a hint of panic about it, and possession given right back to Cameroon, who in turn go about keeping possession once again. Bassagog knocking the ball back to the defenders. Namaso. This is Zambo trying to get people to move. It seems like theatrics rather than a genuine effort, and his pass very loose. Gives possession right back to Mauritius. 8 minutes to play. There's been a number of stoppages in this second half. 8 minutes of added time is the word from the fourth official. Some of the crowd making an early dart, but the players in this Mauritius team have not given up hope. Trailing by a goal to nil. As far as they're concerned, they are still in this match and currently in possession, building up the left-hand side. Zambo steals the ball back and picks up a knock in the process, courtesy of Leon Joseph Alizar, the substitute. Our director showing that some of the Mauritius faithful are deciding to head for the early bus. But how many times have we seen people leave a football match only to find out when they get outside that their team has either equalized or taken the lead, or there's been an important moment. Bassagog, great control, nicely taken down. He looks up, sees Bueno on that right-hand side, and United Man has the best chance, takes the rebound and puts it away. Sheer quality there from Brian Bueno, gives Cameroon a 2-0 lead. Wonderful piece of sweeping, incisive attacking there from Cameroon. Cameroon fans in the crowd acknowledge that sheer quality from the Manchester United striker. The ball here for Bassagog, beautifully controlled. He looks up, he knows that Brian Bueno is on that right-hand side. He comes in, takes it on the volley. Goalkeeper Chiotti does a great job in blocking. And Bueno is alive to the option of taking it once again on the volley. In it goes, 2-0 Cameroon. See there, Bassog picks out Bueno. Great control with that first shot with his left foot. And he has the presence of mind to pick up that rebound from Chiotti to give Cameroon here in Mauritius a 2-goal lead. Confirmation. Goals from Egamalu and Bueno. Mauritius 0, Cameroon 2. Neat play. That second goal gives Cameroon a buffer to play out the rest of this match. Seems to be a more relaxed approach. Mauritius, of course, keen to get on the score sheet for national pride, give them something to take from this game. And they have possession once again. Whilst Cameroon swoop back, Mauritius pour forward. And the referee points to the corner flag, I think. Jackson Chachua, I understand, has succeeded. Yes, he succeeded in saving that corner. Throw in to Mauritius, and a long throw in it is set to be. In it comes. Challenge goes up. It's a Cameroonian head in the shape of Michael Ngandu, who clears. But Mauritius keeping the pressure up, winning back possession. And creating issues. The ball is chipped inside. And unfortunately for Mauritius, whilst there was a header, it wasn't a header that was going to test Andre Onana in the Cameroon goal. Confirmation of how Group D looks right now. Onana playing there, as you can see, with the Mauritius players. Aristide ran to him to try to provoke him along. We understand the Eswatini match is finished. They remain bottom of the table. We'll bring you confirmation of the other games and their results as we tick along here. 5 minutes of the added 8 have elapsed. In the added time, of course, Brian Mbeumo has given Cameroon a 2-0 lead. And that was a very slack pass. Foul committed. And good decision by the Ethiopian referee. That was a very slack piece of passing in a very dangerous defensive zone. Didn't even look up, did he? Tolo Nohu playing Zambo into trouble. And Zambo fouling the Mauritian player. And we have a free kick, perhaps a chance for Mauritius to grab a goal. Something for the crowd to cheer about. Players queuing up. That's Alizar. He's a decoy, the ball is chipped in. Cleared by Cameroon. Free kick is given by the Ethiopian referee, Tedros Mitiku. Foul play whilst jumping for that challenge in the air. And as time ticks on, trailing by 2-0. Guillaume Moulek, head coach of the Mauritius team, surely knows that the chances of getting something out of this match for his team diminish with every passing second. France are being told to get on with it. He takes the throw. It is intercepted by Basagog. Cameroon looking to the right-hand side. Nobody's there. And Mbueno's come inside. There's the pass where Mbueno perhaps would have been. And possession goes back to Mauritius, but in a position which really suits Cameroon. No attacking threat. 2 goals to the good. Easy ball back to goalkeeper Andre Onana. He in turn plays it short, receives it back again. Tantalizing the Mauritius players. High ball hoisted forward by Mauritius. It's Zambo of Cameroon now in possession. A very composed character, taking it nice and easy. And that is the final whistle blown by Tedros Mitiku of Ethiopia, bringing this game to a close here in Saint-Pierre at the Côte d'Or complex. This is the scoreline: Mauritius 0, Cameroon 2. Goals from Ngalemu and Mbuemo. The goal from Mbuemo, an absolute cracker in the added time, gives Cameroon a victory by 2-0.
Bueno, muchas gracias por habernos acompañado en esta jornada de eliminatorias africana. Estaremos nuevamente en una horita con más eliminatoria por aquí, por AE Fútbol. Muchas gracias. Thank you, people. Nos vemos. Chau.